Day Sports, Episode 3.
That's right, another Wednesday, another Hump Day.
We had a little hiatus last week, but we're back on it.
Yes, we are.
Had a really interesting Monday night game. Came down to a final play. David, take us through it a little bit.
Yeah, that game was good. I mean, I love Monday Night Football so much. I think it's the best, primetime game.
Oh, definitely.
Every time, it's always the best primetime game. The Chiefs won 30-24. I'm mad at Todd Bowles because
you gotta go for it. You're not gonna stop the Chiefs.
No, that team, the Bucks are so injured. I mean, every team's injured, but the Bucks are
Sterling
really,
Shepard's your number one receiver.
The Bucks
right
are
now.
really injured. Baker was balling. They do a 2-minute drill to get down and score a touchdown to tie the game essentially. But if you're Todd Bowles, why are you not going for two?
Give yourself a chance. You're not gonna have a chance if you're giving the ball to Patrick Mahomes.
No, you go
down by a
overtime,
score.
and then
it's a coin flip, literally.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if the good teams at the end of the day are going to score on their first drive of overtime. Not that it doesn't happen, but oh my God, usually that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Exactly. You do not bet against Mahomes, and Todd Bowles really made a boneheaded call right there. I mean, yeah, I guess he was trying to be safe, but it wasn't safe.
Why be safe when you're in Arrowhead and the Chiefs are undefeated and you're fighting for the NFC North right now? It just doesn't make sense. Another thing is Patrick Mahomes was, I think, literally perfect on third downs.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was, his best game this year, I would say?
Yeah.
I mean, he's looked, for an undefeated team, an undefeated quarterback, he's looked kind of dreadful in a way, especially for his standards, you know? But 3 touchdowns, he only had 10 incompletions, for 44 throws, that's not a bad, it's not a bad time. Baker, obviously, Baker balled.
Yeah, Baker always balls.
Yeah, pretty much. Baker goes balls to the walls. But Kareem Hunt, wow. I mean, you can't make this stuff up for the Chiefs. I mean, it's reminiscent of Bill Belichick just getting LeGarrette Blount off the scrap heap and plugging him in and making something happen. I mean, Kareem Hunt is, I guess, arguably on their roster, their third running back, I guess you'd say, once everybody's healthy. I don't really think that that's true. I think he'd be number 2. But, I mean, he's been balling out since they signed him. And scored the game winner.
Yeah, and Travis Kelce, 100 yards. He had a good game, I think. This
vintage for him.
Yeah, he had a good game 2 weeks ago, but this was probably his best game of his
year.
Oh,
definitely.
And I don't know, but it's every season, I feel like Mahomes gets this injury where it looks like he's going to be out for a long time.
Injury in the third quarter.
And then he just comes out of the blue tent. He's like, yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, we thought it was going to be Carson Wentz show for sure.
But it wasn't. It was
Patrick
Mahomes, and it was the Chiefs winning again. Now they're undefeated. They're 8-0.
I mean, on 8-0, that's, you're almost halfway through the season right there. That's something to look for. What route are they going to go? Are they going to push for that?
No,
they're sleepwalking to
I'm
right
looking now
at their schedule.
They're playing the Broncos, then the Bills, then the Panthers, Raiders, Chargers, Browns, Texans, Steelers, Broncos. So maybe the Bills get them. Maybe the Steelers get them. I don't know about the Texans because that offensive line, we're going to talk about them next, but that offensive line is terrible, and C.J. Stroud doesn't look that good, and they don't have Nico Collins, they don't have Stephon Diggs, so. But that'll be further down the season. Maybe everyone will be healthy except for, obviously, Stephon Diggs. But, yeah, the Chiefs are...
DeAndre Hopkins, that was a big for him.
Yeah.
They needed him.
That was his
coming out party. They needed a true...
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't even say he's a true number 1 anymore, but they needed a guy that...
He's an end zone guy.
Yeah, exactly. And he's their best receiver now. So that's really what they needed. Yeah. He's kind of a shadow. He's not himself. What we're used to, but he's older. He's 31, 32 for a receiver. He's putting in a lot of work. Though,
he had 80 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's exactly what you trade him for. Yeah. I guess we'll jump into the Jets game now. We're going to go back to the beginning of last week.
Yeah, we're going back to Thursday.
Jets came away with a win, 21-13. C.J. Stroud was under duress all day.
He didn't play good, man.
No, he didn't. He hasn't played good in the last couple weeks
11 for 30. That's not good.
No, he's just throwing up prayers.
I mean, the Jets still can't stop the run.
No, Joe Mixon still, awesome. But Joe Mixon also is just a beast. Yeah. So that's really what it comes down to.
Rodgers, he looked good.
Well, in the first half,
he looked good in the second half.
In the first half, he looked terrible.
Second half,
he really turned it on.
Yeah, the second half.
Devontae Adams, Garrett Wilson had one of the best catches I've ever seen. Like, don't get me wrong.
That was so cool.
I think Odell's is better. Oh, yeah. But you can argue there's a degree of difficulty because he was getting touched by the defender and he had to, keep his feet in bounds that way. But it's one of the best catches I've ever seen.
That was a catch. Breece Hall looked good again.
Yeah, no, he's starting to look like almost his full self. I think he's kind of been slow this year. Like, he's looked slow for him, He doesn't have that quick burst or whatever. Malachi Corley would have been the Jets' first touchdown. That was just a boneheaded rookie play.
What are people, like, how are you letting go of the football?
I don't understand it. Didn't one happen last week?
Just hold on to
Didn't one happen last week?
That was Kyle Pitts, and it got called.
Oh, it was Kyle Pitts.
Like, he slowed down, and then they hit his arm, and then...
Oh, yeah, and then, Deshaun Jackson. Once this happens, how could you let that happen again? How excited can you be that you can't contain yourself?
Yeah, I don't get
You're a pro athlete.
Yeah.
But, he made a nice play. It ended up not counting for anything other than a fumble, but it was a nice play. He got 90 yards from Devontae and Garrett, but...
Are the Jets back?
It's hard to say, man. I don't want to toot any horns or anything, but this game coming up, Arizona, I said it before already, but if they could beat the Cardinals, then I feel okay. Yeah. Like, trade deadline, we didn't really blow everything up. We traded Mike Williams, a guy that Rodgers didn't mesh with, for fifth, not bad value. But if they beat the Cardinals, I feel good. If they lose to the Cardinals, we should have sold.
It's a week-to-week league, man. Everything's going to change every week.
I want to see Sauce improve. I saw a stat. His missed tackle percentage is over 21% now. And, for his career, it's been 12. That's not an all-pro season. I think, if anything, if he continues like this, he's not going to get the max. He's going to get a tick under the max. Yeah. I really do think that. Jets came away with the win. Not much really else to say about the win. I guess the Texans need
That's a good win,
they need to see the receivers back. Not Diggs, but, obviously Nico Collins is a big thing for them.
He was back soon.
Yeah.
Tank Dell stepped up.
I think he's a great receiver anyway.
26 yards.
Someone needed to step up for him. But
so bad.
No, it isn't. But, the Jets put a lot of pressure on him. Hassan Reddick had team high for the season, 8 pressures.
Yeah, he had a great game.
And, Will McDonald's been awesome.
Yeah.
We didn't get much playing time last year. I thought he was going to be a bust, a bum, but wow, I think he's got 9 sacks now. I think he's in the league lead still, or tied for anyway. But,
I think Dexter Lawrence is leading.
Oh, really?
He's got 9.5 sacks.
Oh, wow. So, I know, before the weeks, the rest of the week was played, he was in the league.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we'll get into the next game. Really interesting parallel from the last time these two teams played this year. It was a blowout last time, 23-22. Carolina wins, led by Bryce Young.
Yeah, no, that was awesome. I was happy for Bryce Young. He got a victory nail. I was happy to see him happy. This was a game where every single person affiliated with the Saints or who used to play with the Saints just went to Twitter right away and said, I can't believe we lost to the Panthers. Like, you're no better than the Panthers, man. Why? They thought they were just so much higher above the Panthers.
Yeah.
When they're really not.
What?
They fooled us so much, the Saints, the first 2 weeks.
I knew Derek Carr.
I know, it was crazy.
I like Derek Carr, don't get me wrong, but he's Derek Carr.
Dennis Allen got fired too.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you lose to the Panthers. You just fire your coach.
Well, he deserves it for that. But why is Michael Thomas? I don't care about Slant Boy.
Yeah, that was he was.
Anybody else.
I don't get it, but that's whatever.
Yeah, no, it was awkward. Like the press conference afterwards.
Yeah, I felt bad for Derek.
He's like, I don't know what problem he has with me.
Yeah,
but
I felt bad for Derek.
I don't know. It's probably CTE, like his cousin Antonio Brown. Wait, is it? No, that's not his cousin. That's he's related to Jerry Rice. Michael Thomas? Yeah, I think he's like his nephew or something. Something crazy like that.
He's not.
I think he might be. Will you check that out? I'll look at this. Go into some stats for it. Chuba Hubbard scored the game winner. I think he's an above-average running back. Jonathan Brooks is going to be back this week. Came off the PUP list. See how I was right, Jerry Rice.
No, what? That doesn't. No.
No?
No, you're wrong.
Well, then what? I'm wrong or what?
Yeah, you're wrong. Why would Michael Thomas be related to Jerry Rice?
I don't know. Good receivers. But anyway, Yeah, no, Jonathan Brooks, I think, is going to be an interesting take. He recovered from his injury in college. You know about Jonathan Brooks at all, or no?
Dude, yeah, you're wrong. Michael Thomas is related. Unless I'm wrong. I don't know.
Who's he related to, then?
Nobody, probably.
All right, you go in the next game. I got to check this out.
What is our next game?
It is the Giants.
Oh, yeah.
And,
the Giants.
It was a good game.
It actually was a good game. Giants lost to the Commanders 27-22.
Daniel Jones had a tough play.
Daniel Jones' stats at halftime,
Oh, he's terrible.
he was 4 for 5 with a touchdown and 0 passing yards.
Yeah.
That was kind of funny. I don't know. Daniel Jones looked okay. Like, the Giants, they're not good. Dexter Lawrence is awesome. Their defense is good. Jaden Daniels did what he had to do. He had that with, like, I want to say, like, 15 seconds or 20 seconds left in the first half. That beautiful back corner throw to Terry McLaurin. Terry McLaurin had 2 catches for 2 touchdowns. That's an efficient day for him. Yeah, but
Terry, baby.
Yeah, Jin looked good again. I mean, the Commanders are going all in now. They just traded for Marshawn Lattimore.
No, that was a big move for them.
That was very big for them.
I mean, 7-2, you got to go all in.
There is a chance that they could. Their next 2 games, they have the Eagles and the Steelers.
No, Eagles. Both of them are going to be good games.
And if they go away 2-0 or 1-1, they could actually have a chance of being the 1 seed because no matter how, like, I know the Lions are awesome, like awesome. They still got to play the NFC North, and the NFC North is really good. Yes, they just beat the Packers, but like,
I was surprised with that game. Quick aside though, going back to that, I don't know why Keyshawn Johnson's his uncle.
Okay.
You know, first overall pick, not the best receiver of all time.
Yeah.
You know, so that's a pretty big difference.
Yeah.
Honestly, Keyshawn, I guess, was a disappointment because he was only receiver, or I think he was one of the only receivers picked first overall.
Probably.
Yeah, Jets, of course, picked him. Go figure, trade him to the Bucks.
But I don't know. Go back to the Giants. This is right now. The Giants are 2-7, and they're 0-5 at home, which is funny. Daniel Jones did throw his first touchdown pass in MetLife for the first time.
Get him out. Get him out.
In like
you need to see
2
what
years.
You need to either put in Drew Lock or Tommy DeVito. No, you don't, because there's no point in starting Daniel Jones
there's
anymore.
There's no point in putting them in, dude. They're like, that makes no sense. This is the time of the year where the Giants are going to win like 2 or 3 games that are just going to hurt their draft pick. That just always happens.
But no, I think they should play one of them. Both of the guys are young. Even if you get ticket sales with DeVito, you get some type of excitement in the fan base. You know what I mean? You're not likely to win any more games.
Dude, Daniel Jones played good. He played good. He 20 for 26. He had 2 touchdowns, and he ran for a touchdown too. Like, he was using his legs today. Like, he didn't play bad. The Giants just aren't good. It's not.
Oh yeah, Tyrone Tracy's their running back.
Yeah,
so, I mean,
they're injured. Everybody's injured though.
Well, Singletary's done. I think Tracy's just the number 1 now.
Dexter Lawrence is awesome. That's pretty much all I got too.
Bills game.
Yeah, Josh Allen just owns the Dolphins.
Yeah,
that's all
but I mean, even at that,
was an awesome game.
I wouldn't have thought it would be.
That was an awesome game. Tyler Bass was a 61-yard walk-off field. That field goal was like good from 70. He
definitely
booted that ball. And then I saw, what was it? Tua's over for passing yards was like 256. And the last play when he threw it to Jalen Waddle, and then Jalen Waddle ran like 30 yards backwards.
Yeah.
So then his under hit. That was kind of funny. Yeah, Jalen Waddle's stats, they were really funny. Where were they? They were Jalen Waddle. Where are you? Yeah, 2 receptions, a touchdown, and -4 receiving yards.
Yeah, that's a classic game
funny.
right there.
Yeah, Tua played good.
Tyreek Hill actually had a little bit of
He did something. Like, the Dolphins, like, with Tua, like, they're a fun team to watch.
You know, my fantasy preview, I actually was saying how I want to see Devin Achane get more involved in the passing game, and he had 8 catches.
He played awesome.
I mean, for him, that's big, because he's not a big receiving back, really. But he's great. He really is great. He's a super efficient runner. I think last year he had like 7 yards a carry, but 5 yards a carry today, touchdown. You know, you got the 1-2 where he Mostert. God. But yeah, no. Guardian cap for him. Isn't that interesting for him and not for Tua?
Tua didn't want him.
I know he didn't want him, but I just think it's funny.
Yeah. Josh Allen, again, played awesome. That one pick wasn't even his fault.
No.
Keon Coleman just dropped it, and then...
No, the receivers did not look good. Well, they didn't have Amari Cooper. Was out of the game today. Ray Davis. Interesting he got in there so much. 70 yards and a touchdown on 2 catches.
Yeah, but the Bills are 7-2, and looks like they got the AFC East.
Oh, it's locked up.
It's locked up.
It's
yeah.
easy locked
yeah.
up. If anything, if any team could make the playoffs, it would be the Jets. But I don't really think it's going to happen. The path to it is crazy. Absurd.
It didn't help for you guys that the Chargers won.
No.
But the Broncos did lose, so that helped you guys.
No, that Broncos game for the Jets is really going to haunt them. The fact that they lost that. I mean, they had so many close games that were just stupid.
That were lost by your field goal kicker.
Oh, yeah. Greg Zuerlein, great last year. Just, well, you know how kickers are. They just fall off like that. It really is. Most kickers. I mean, obviously, we're not talking Justin Tucker out of Vinatieri, but those are outliers at this point. Justin Tucker, just a quick aside, he's not Justin Tucker anymore. He's just an average guy.
Oh, yeah.
But still, better kicker than most.
Mm-hmm.
I would take him on my team. I guess we'll just do a quick break, and we'll get into the rest of the games after that.
That's it.
Welcome back to Hump Day Sports. We're back from our break, and we're going to jump right into Cowboys-Falcons.
Yeah.
Scorers team's a lot closer than it actually was at the end of the day.
Oh, it was. I mean, Falcons won 27-21, but they kind of dominated the entire game. This was another game that just reminds you how awesome Bijan Robinson is. It's like him, Saquon, and like Christian McCaffrey. If they're in open field,
nobody's
you're screwed. Like, you're not going to tackle him in the open field. He's just awesome. Kirk, again, looked awesome. He's been getting more and more comfortable every single week. Dak will be out for a couple weeks, pulled his hamstring.
Cooper Rush, a little garbage time scoring to keep it a little close.
Yeah, and CD got banged up too. He hurt his shoulder.
Yeah. Cooper Rush, though, I just want to say, where's Trey Lance, man? Is this guy just never going to touch the field ever? I mean, how bad are you?
Dude, in preseason, he threw like 5 picks in his only start.
How bad are you? I mean, you were unbelievable.
What was he, the third pick?
I can't believe they have Purdy now, but whatever,
We're not
Rico Dowdle or whatever.
Yeah, you look good.
I mean, it's not a bad game, I guess. Yeah. I was kind of going down on them for fantasy purposes, but I just don't like their backfield. Their line is
can't run the ball. They can't stop the run. That's what they.
Cowboys are a 3-5 team that are just they're
awesome.
not good.
I like
it's great.
And now it's like, even though they're 3-5, like, when are we gonna stop saying like when a team beats the Cowboys, you're like, oh, that's a good win. You know,
they should be soon, but it's not.
It's not gonna happen just because of the Cowboys.
God, be good in the 70s and 90s, and you're just good forever.
Yeah, and then funny thing, when the camera panned to Dak on the sideline, and just you could see it, like, he just said, "We fucking suck."
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they do.
I don't blame him for saying that.
And the Falcons are 6-3. And
I mean their backup receivers are doing good. I mean, I think Darnell Mooney might be better than Drake London in terms of production for the year. I mean, I think
that Drake London touchdown catch.
Oh yeah, no, I mean he's more talented. Don't get me wrong, but
sick catch.
Oh my God, I mean Kirk knows how to spread the ball around.
Yeah, and that's what you
really
get from
what
a
it is.
Quarterback.
Kyle Pitts didn't do much, but I'm sure next week he might do something.
Yeah, he hit 1 catch.
One
target, 1 catch, but I mean that's
Kyle Pitts is really, really, really disappointing though. I mean, just career-wise.
I mean, last week he had.
I know, but for being the highest drafted tight end ever, I mean, God, Brock Bowers. That's what I'm saying. I would think he'd be like Brock Bowers because Brock Bowers has been phenomenal.
I still have hope
in his young career. No, I mean, I don't think he's going to be bad. Tight ends come along slow, but I want to see a dominant guy, not wishy-washy. Here we go, hot and cold. Different sport, but J.R. Smith, hot and cold. Let's have a great game. Let's have a crap game.
Yeah, I mean, that's all I really got to say about the Falcons.
Not much else
Cowboys
to say.
are just bad, and the Falcons are good. Falcons are good.
They are a good team. They're going to win the division more than likely.
Yeah, with the Bucs being injured.
Oh, yeah. Blowout for the last game.
I loved this game. I loved it. Bengals 41, Raiders 24. Joe Burrow had 5 touchdown passes.
Probably one of the best career games.
And he still was like pissed off because he's like, yeah, we did this against the Raiders. They got a big game this Thursday. They got the Ravens, and that's a huge game for them. If they win this, they get back to 5-5, and that'd be huge for them. I mean, this is what the Bengals do. They always get off to a slow start, and then they start figuring it out. Their offense is always going to be. I mean, as long as you got Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. And the funny thing is, Jamar Chase didn't have a single touchdown thrown by Joe Burrow.
Nope.
It was great. Mike Gesicki had 2 touchdowns.
Honest hard worker right there. Chase Brown didn't look too bad. Put up 120 yards. Not the most efficient.
And I mean, the Bengals just got
Khalil
Herbert
And they really needed him.
Yeah,
the Bears were misusing him. And
the Bengals needed a running back because Zach Moss.
Yeah, Zach Moss went down.
Yeah.
So just Chase Brown and Khalil Herbert.
The Raiders just stink.
Yeah, no, they're terrible.
Antonio
Desmond Ridder is honestly, I
don't get what Antonio Pierce is doing when he's like, I'm going to start Gardner and then I'm going to take him out just because I don't like, you know what you're getting into when you start Gardner Minshew. Or if you start any of the 3 quarterbacks that they use.
It's a terrible carousel they got.
Yeah, no, it's bad.
Nothing. There's really nothing to say about the receivers. I mean, I guess
Jacoby Myers. A garbage time touchdown.
Yeah, Jacoby Myers put up some numbers, but that's just because you're down and you got to pass the ball. Terrible. I mean, the running backs are not good. They're just a bad team.
Alexander Madison is disappointing.
Yeah, they need to blow it up. They need to just get rid of everybody, sell shop, really. I mean, I don't really see
they're not trade deadline's gone.
Yeah, exactly. They should have sold shop, though. I mean, they got nothing. I don't think they're going to be good for at least 2 more years, 3 years at least. I don't see like a team flipping around like that because they don't have anything, man.
No, they have nothing.
I guess we'll just go with the Browns, Chargers.
Yeah, Chargers, Browns. Jameis. Oh, he looked terrible.
He looked like.
That's okay though. That's Jameis. That's what Jameis does. You got high
highs
Ravens, and you got low
lose
lows.
the Chargers.
The Chargers. The Chargers are.
I'm not saying the Chargers are a bad team.
Justin Herbert.
He played great.
Is so awesome. I love Justin Herbert so much. Those 3rd down conversions that he had this week were awesome. J.K. Dobbins had 2 touchdowns. He looked great. What the Chargers have is an identity because they have
coach
as a coach. That's what a good coach does. They give you an identity.
They need to get rid of their coach for how long? 2 years. And then we just pull him through the mud, wasting Herbert's youth, really.
And now Herbert looks awesome. Oh, he looks so good.
I mean, physically, he's just a freak. You have 6'5", huge arm, decent athlete.
Yeah.
All the measurables you wanted. I used to say that I wanted him over Burrow because of that, but obviously I think Burrow's a league above at this point. But I don't know. Herbert could make it a conversation again. I really do.
Honestly.
I really think that.
Now the Chargers are 5-3. They look good. They do.
Sucks they're in the Chiefs division. Obviously.
You know what's really like the amount of 2-7 teams in the league right now is
bad.
Actually ridiculous. Like half of the NFL just sucks. Actually, half of the NFL is just not.
Been good football, but the NFL as a whole, it's very top heavy right now.
Like the Browns are 2-7, the Patriots are 2-7, the Titans are 2-6, Panthers are 2-7, Saints are 2-7. Like Jaguars are 2-7. It's just a lot of bad teams in the NFL right now, which is I don't get.
I mean, talent's there. I mean, it's fun games.
The games are stuff. That's all that matters.
Whatever. Another blowout. Ravens, Broncos. Who could have figured that one, huh? Cortland Sutton was the only one to throw a touchdown for the Broncos.
Hey, Bo Nix is the only quarterback in the NFL with a rushing touchdown, receiving touchdown, and passing touchdown. Bo Nix is. I like him.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't
Bo Nix.
like his upside just because of his age, but other than that, he's a good quarterback.
Yeah, and Lamar, another perfect passer rating. 16 for 19, 280 yards, 3 touchdowns. Derrick Henry again.
King Henry.
Amazing. I mean, there's not much else to like. Zay Flowers, awesome. Zay Flowers, I think he just leads the league in being wide open, and then Lamar throws him the ball, and then he just turns his body and catches it, and then makes one move and then another move for a touchdown. I feel like he does that once every 2 or 3 weeks. I gotta the Ravens are just really good.
No,
and the Broncos
Ravens are awesome.
I mean, the Broncos are still they're 5-4. They're not bad.
No, they're not. I think they're a serviceable team, but they're not. They're going to be the 3rd best team in their division, and that's just really not going to do anything for them. They got Tre'Davious White from the Rams, cornerback.
Yes.
I think that was a decent move for them.
Yeah.
I would have thought they would have went for another receiver.
I guess not.
But, I mean, I just don't like Bateman as their number 2, but, that's something you get past easy.
Yeah. We'll go into the next game. We kind of forgot about this game. We're just going to throw it in there. The Titans won. They beat the Patriots 20-17. I'm okay with this loss.
No.
I'm happy with it. Drake May again looked awesome. No, the touchdown at the last second, I mean, he was just running around the pocket for 20 seconds, and that was
It was
awesome.
cool. That was a really cool play.
It was cool. And he said after the game when he threw that interception in overtime,
Yeah.
he's like, sometimes a smart play is just an incompletion. And this is the perfect time to make these mistakes because we're trying to lose.
You gotta throw it anyway.
So make these mistakes,
gotta throw it anyway.
Get these growing
I don't
pains out of the
blame
way.
You know, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with him throwing interceptions. I'm okay with it. Get these growing pains out of the way. And he ran the ball for 95 yards too, which is awesome. And he said after the game too, he's like, if they're going to let me run the ball, I'm going to run the ball. He's a good athlete. I love him. I love Drake May. He makes the Patriots watchable, which is all that matters to me. Just lose games and have fun with Drake May.
Stevenson looked terrible.
Hey, he had 2 touchdowns.
I know, but I mean, like, just he didn't do anything.
But the Titans have a good defense. They do.
Yeah, no, I mean they showed that when they
always have a good
when they played the Jets.
Yes, they have a good defense, and I don't know, Mason Rudolph. Tony Pollard played awesome.
Oh yeah.
Patriots couldn't stop the run at all.
Mason Rudolph, just a guy.
You know, Mason Rudolph and Drake May were like, their dads were roommates in college.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, so
That's an interesting.
Yeah, they're like good friends, good family friends, kind of cool.
Calvin Ridley didn't look too bad.
I thought the Titans were going to trade Calvin Ridley.
Oh, they should have.
I thought they were.
I really think they should have.
Yeah.
2-6, a guy that's going to slot in with the number 2.
Get a draft pick, get a 3rd rounder or 4th rounder for him.
Nah, probably not even. Probably a 5th.
Yeah, probably a 5th.
I mean, honestly, Mike Williams went for a 5th, and he didn't do anything this year. Calvin Ridley's actually done stuff, and he's younger.
Maybe could have got a 4th out of him.
I mean, yeah.
You know?
I would think so, but, business is business.
Business is business. That's it.
I guess we'll do Eagle-Jags. That was... Oh, my God.
That game was awesome. The Kelly Greens are so cool. And that Saquon hurdle.
No, that was unbelievable.
It was so dumb.
Yeah, no, they asked him afterward, and he was like, I don't know, I just figured I'd try it.
It was so awesome. And it was so much better that it was in the Kelly Greens and that Devontae Smith catch.
Oh, yeah.
The Eagles...
the Eagles were getting stuffed when they were going for the tush-push. You see that?
Nick Sirianni's just an idiot. He makes all the wrong calls.
Oh, my God. I really thought the Jaguars were going to come back.
So did I.
I really did. When that interception that was actually, he pinned it against the ground, I was like, oh, my God, this is actually happening.
Jalen Hurts did look awesome again. He's been playing past, 4 or 5 weeks. He's been,
balling.
The deep ball is back. Him and Devontae. Problem, A.J. Brown might be out for a little bit again. Which kind of stinks.
Nobody talks about him when, when Hurts is actually doing good. They only talk about him when he's playing like shit.
Yes.
I think he's a guy that deserves a little more attention than that.
Yeah.
I don't really look at him and be like, oh, he's a top 5 quarterback.
What I really don't get about Nick Sirianni is when the Eagles were on the 40-yard line or something like that, and it was 4th and 2, and they could have just iced the game by going for it.
Yeah.
Or punting it and pinning them.
Oh, and they threw it and Hurts threw it away out of bounds.
Yeah, and I'm like, no, I think they attempted a field goal.
Or
I think I might be misremembering. Yeah, I think I know what one you're talking about.
Just go for it and just ice the game. You got a better chance, because the field goal would have been a 57-yarder or 58-yarder, and it wasn't great conditions. Nick Sirianni's just
a bad coach.
He's not it.
He's not.
And yet the Eagles are still finding a way to win because they have so much talent. They have so much talent.
And they're not going to win their division, I don't think. I really don't. I mean, this game coming up this week might be the deciding game. And early in the year, but I mean, I don't think they're going to. I really like. I just think the Washington is so fun to watch. Maybe I'm being biased just because of that, but okay. I mean, Barkley, Jalen. It's the same thing with Lamar and Derrick Henry. I mean, just a great running quarterback who can throw.
Yeah, but Saquon and Derrick Henry are 2 completely opposite running backs.
No, they're opposite, but they both just put in so much work.
Yeah.
They're easily, both top 3.
Yeah.
That's really, McCaffrey's not playing, so
yeah.
That just makes that list really easy.
I think he's coming back this week, though.
He is.
Yeah.
They activated him.
Yeah.
We'll get into that a little later. We're going to go into one more break, and we're going to finish up after that.
Yep. We're going to get into the last 4 games. First one was... This was a boring watch, and a really sad game for the Bears. Cardinals 29, Bears 9.
Drop off last week's performance.
like the Bears are just they get in the same situation every year. They draft a quarterback. They don't fire the head coach from last year. They're gonna fire Matt Eberflus at the end of this year, and then they're gonna have to bring in another coach, and Caleb Williams is gonna have to learn a whole nother system. I mean, like it looked like they gave up this game. They gave up this game.
No effort.
No, like you could tell after the but there was like 30 seconds left in the end of the first half, and
putting up a white flag.
What was it? Who ran for that like 50-yard touchdown?
That was
Amari.
Yeah.
He
DeMarcolo or whatever.
He ran for a 50-yard touchdown with 20 seconds. Like the Bears just completely gave up on this game. They couldn't stop the run. James Conner looked awesome. Kyler didn't even play good.
No.
And they still just dominated this game. And what was really
Kyler didn't
bad,
really play good. That's really what it was.
What was really bad is this entire year the Cardinals could never pressure the quarterback.
Caleb was under the stress
this week I think they had like 18 different guys pressure Caleb this week, which is ridiculous. I still believe in Caleb Williams.
Oh, me too, and I think he's like
foolproof
enough of changing his system.
Figure it out, man. They just have to.
I mean, the Cardinals aren't a bad team.
No, the Cardinals.
They're an experienced team. Carr's been in the league
5-4.
for years. They got James Conner.
5-4.
They have a decent defense.
What really stinks for the Bears, they haven't played an NFC North team yet. The rest of their schedule
is bad.
I mean, they got the Patriots. After the Patriots this week, they got the Packers, the Vikings, the Lions, the Niners, the Vikings again, then the Lions again, then the Seahawks, then the Packers.
I don't think the Patriots game's going to even be an easy game anyway.
No.
They still have a rookie quarterback at the end of the day. And they're playing a team with a rookie quarterback with a chip on their shoulder in the Patriots. Playing the NFC North is going to be a death sentence for them. Yeah. 4-4 now.
They should just give up on the year. They already did give up.
Yeah, pretty much. This game, they were like...
They already did give up. I mean, that's all I got to say about this game. It's just that the Bears gave up and they look soft. And the Cardinals are good.
Yeah.
They're a good team.
Hopefully the Jets beat them this coming week, though.
That'd be a big one for them. That would be. Next game. This game was this is the game of the year, or the game of the week. Lions 24, Packers 14. In the rain. It was pouring the entire game. This was Jared Goff's first game outdoors all year. And, it's always been a big thing. Jared can't play outside.
Outdoors, yeah.
He played awesome. Again, he played awesome.
Super efficient.
18 for 22. I mean, only 100, but,
it doesn't matter.
You could tell the Lions
4 incompletions.
were way more well-coached this week than the Packers were because the Lions weren't making little mistakes at the Packers.
They jumped out ahead.
And the Lions were not. And, again, Jordan Love, that interception.
What
are you doing, man?
That's the Brett Favre.
That was the Brett Favre coming down. That was the Brett Favre on this shoulder and then the Aaron Rodgers on the other shoulder, and he listened to Brett Favre. I don't get what that interception was. And I also don't get why he was obviously injured. His groin was obviously bothering him. And they couldn't get the snaps right. There
was 2 plays in a row.
And it was pouring out. You have a bye next week.
Jordan Malik Willis.
Just take after the second half. Just be like, all right, let's just get Jordan Love healthy again. I mean,
it's not like you don't really have him. It's not a terrible chance to win with Malik Willis.
I know exactly.
He showed that.
Yeah.
Which really surprised me because I thought he was a bum on the Titans. But
the Lions just they impress me so much.
Well,
with Montgomery,
they have better
Gibbs,
receivers.
Amon-Ra,
they have a great 1-2 punch.
They didn't I don't think any receiver dropped the ball.
No.
Which is in those conditions, they showed up and they came ready to play in Lambeau and awesome win for the Lions again. And they're a wagon, man. Their offense is just so good. I don't get how teams can stop them.
No.
But
when you have 2 they're both stud running backs.
Oh yeah, they're both running back ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I mean, just the production they get out of it. Well, Jared Goff is literally having less than 5 incompletions every game.
He's not making mistakes.
It's unbelievable.
I love it. I love it so much.
Oh, Dan Campbell. What a guy.
The man. He is the man. Man Campbell. That's what he is.
Another fun game next.
This game was awesome.
Rams Seahawks.
Rams 26, Seahawks 20. The only reason that the Rams won this game is because they had Matt Stafford.
Yeah.
Matt Stafford is just so friggin' awesome.
Or because Gino made mistakes. That interception.
That was the difference between this game. The difference between the game was the Rams had Matt Stafford and the Seahawks had.
Oh yeah, but
that was it.
Did you see the 2 Seahawks drives to end the first half and to end the second half.
They just always find a way to shoot themselves.
I mean,
in the foot.
yeah,
They
turned it on like that was like a crazy drive.
And that, I'll say one thing about Matt Stafford, he never gets the credit he deserves.
No.
He's so awesome. And that overtime touchdown, oh my God, that was such a pretty ball. That was so awesome. I loved it so much. Cooper Kupp played awesome. They kicked out Puka for like punching a guy.
Yeah. That was soft.
That's not ejection worthy.
No, that was soft.
Yeah, I mean Jackson Smith Njigba was awesome.
Oh yeah.
7 catches, 180 yards.
2 touchdowns.
Yeah, he was awesome. He was awesome.
They need someone to step up.
This was a huge game for the Rams. Huge game.
Oh,
the
yeah,
NFC
this
West
turns
is
the tide.
just wide open now.
Turns the tide. And it's a huge loss for the Seahawks.
Yeah.
5-4 versus, and then, you make the Rams to be 3-5.
Yeah.
And that really eliminates the Rams from your, puts them in the rearview mirror. It doesn't eliminate them, but puts them in the rearview mirror a little bit.
The Rams they're alive. They're back, man. They just had to get healthy again.
Yeah, no.
And
I mean, their 2 top receivers out. Stafford's balling. Still make some weird plays for a guy that's as accomplished and as many years under his belt.
With Stafford?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's going to throw a pick. That always happens.
Some boneheaded stuff.
There's his smile is just so pretty. I love him so much. I love Matt Stafford.
Talk about a pretty ball. Joe Flacco, man.
What a transition. Yeah, what a transition. Last game, Sunday night game.
Vikings
21, Colts 13. I mean, for the first half, Sam Darnold looked like old Sam Darnold, and then I think he
turned the corner a little bit.
He kind of realized, oh wait, I have Justin Jefferson.
Who's throwing the ball?
Yeah, let me just throw Jet as the ball. This game was kind of boring.
It was a snore fest.
Joe Flacco didn't play good.
No,
but
he played better than Anthony Richardson would have.
Did he?
I'm out of breath.
Did he?
I'm out of breath.
Yeah, but did Joe Flacco, babe?
Yeah,
it was funny because
he did.
In the first half, it panned to Anthony Richardson, and he was yawning.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, honestly, I kind of feel that because the first half was just so boring. It really was. But then Sam Darnold figured it out through some nice touchdown passes. That Jordan Addison catch for the first touchdown of the game, that was a beautiful catch.
Certainly.
Yeah.
I wasn't really impressed though with their win. Colts are a good team. Vikings are supposed to be upper echelon.
Their defensive line is really good though, man.
It is, but
the Colts just they were beating up Sam Darnold so much. They just got to figure out their quarterback, because their defensive, I can't, when I was watching that game, Sam Darnold was getting pressured every single snap.
I just don't think Richardson gives them a chance to win, really. I really don't.
I mean, they gave up on their quarterback after. Well, he kind of gave up on them. I get why they benched him.
No, that's crazy. I mean, you're an adult.
There any other position, any other position can tap their head and say,
not really. I mean, yes.
Yes.
Well, no, receiver, skill guys, linemen aren't doing that shit.
Anybody on the defensive side can do that. Defensive linemen, linebackers,
it's
they
a little
can do
different.
that.
You're
Offensive
charging
linemen
up.
aren't going to do that.
Yeah.
Receivers, DBs.
Quarterback could never do that.
You can never say, I'm tired because you were doing the least amount of physical
That's
work,
horseshit.
usually.
Horseshit. I ran a little bit, so I'm tired.
Yeah.
If I'm a teammate, I lost respect for him.
Yeah, he gave up on the team. But yeah, I mean, the Vikings are back to their way, sort of. Yeah, they're 6-2. They're still really good. Their defense is still awesome.
Yeah, I mean, they're obviously not going to win their division. They're in a tough division.
I don't know, dude.
I don't think they're going to win the division.
Losses. I think
the Lions are going to win. I just think the Lions are so much of a better team.
I'm not saying it's over. You're not saying the division is already locked up. They still have to play. They still have to play the Lions.
Yeah.
Again, so and when they played the Lions last time, Lions won on a walk-off field goal. So it's I don't know, that division is just it's
stacked.
Yeah, it is
more stacked than any division.
It is.
I said it before. So I guess that's pretty much it for our weekly review.
Yep.
We're going to push out some more content throughout the week. Some previews coming out and some other stuff too.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Jinx.
That was good.